Serious Sam 3, Before First Encounter, or as I call it, 50 Shades of Beige, is a deceptively named FPS prequel from Crow Team. Serious Sam is a series that takes plenty of time to avoid or parody the tropes you'd often find in action movies or other FPS games, though this particular installment appears to do so by emulating such features to an irritatingly accurate degree. I'll explain this more later on. First, though, I shall endeavour, as always, to direct you to the strong points of the game, which, to be fair, aren't difficult to find. It's an achievement of the series rather than this specific volume, but Serious Sam boasts a good variety of fairly unique and interesting enemies, like the kamikaze, and this weird machine gun scorpion thing. The specific melee kills for each enemy add a nice touch to this. There's also plenty of challenge to be had, provided there are few enough of you playing, and multiplayer co-op can be quite fun at times. However, having invested as much time into the game as I have, I feel obliged to list its drawbacks. Even with co-op mode and on a fairly low difficulty setting, the levels are absurdly long. Some can take over an hour to complete, and consist entirely of the same repetitive gameplay, and the scenery does little and less to mitigate the tedium. I mean, look at it. Pong has a comparably diverse colour palette. Even the sky turns brown at certain stages of the game in what must have been part of a draconian attempt to accelerate the design process. To add insult to injury, certain doors require you to find keys before you can progress, forcing you to explore the drab environment. If that particular facet does appeal to you, you can take comfort in the fact that the button prompts and the ability to interact with such doors are liable to disappear, forcing you to restart from an earlier checkpoint. There's also a lot more story in Serious Sam 3 when compared to the first. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it's still frustrating. You have to spend the first half of the game trying to get a helicopter ride to where you actually need to be, which just drags out the length of the game and provides false hope of a change of scenery. Then there's Sam, a surly loose cannon who brazenly ignores orders and routinely produces unfunny quips. Pretty ironic, right? Well, no. Sam is every bit as annoying and unentertaining as the action movie counterparts he's supposed to be parodying. Add to that the fact that the Tommy gun, the laser rifle, and the cannon from the original have been replaced by more mundane weapons like the assault rifle and fitted with superfluous scopes despite there being no recoil when firing from the hip, and you have yourself a generic shooter that drags its heels through a monochromatic landscape. So, if you're looking for a fun, casual FPS, I'd recommend that you play Serious Sam Classic and leave it at that.